Here's 4 through 6. And I'm going to go a little quicker on this one because if you are not understanding what these equations are, slope-intercept form, take a look at the video for numbers 1 through 3. I do a brief explanation of that. But just keep in mind that we're still using slope-intercept form as y equals mx plus b. All right, so I'm looking at this number right here, number 4, and I see that my y-intercept is negative 4, so I'm going to go on my y-axis. I'm going to find negative 4. There it is, because that's where my line's going to cross the y-axis. And then my slope is positive 4 over 3. Now, because it's a positive slope, I know that it should be moving upward. Okay, if it were negative, it'd be moving downward, but in this case, it's moving upward. My rise is 4, and my run is 3. What that means is I'm going to start here. I'm going to rise up 1, 2, 3, 4, so a rise of 4, and a run of 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put a point there. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, and run over 1, 2, 3. Put a point there. Usually I would do it this way, but it kind of looks like it's going off the graph there. So now that I've got several points there, I can connect them. And there's my graph. All right, so let me show you how I'd grade it on a test. Negative 4 is my y-intercept. Let me see. Do I have, let me get a different color. Do I have negative 4 plotted on my y-axis? I do, so that looks good. Also, should be this graph or this line should be going upwards because this is a positive slope and it is going upwards. Okay, so that looks good. And then the last thing is that my rise over run should be 4 and 3. So let me check this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Yep, it hits the line. Let me do a double check. I'll do this on your paper too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4 over 3. So that part looks good. So there you go. If you did that on a test, that'd be a perfect 100. All right, so now let's look at this one. This one looks confusing because you're like, oh, there's not a fraction right here in front of the x. M looks like it's negative 3, but remember, you learned back probably in around 5th grade that you can turn anything into a fraction. So the way I turn that 3 into a fraction is I put it over 1. So there we go. So now I know my rise is 3 and my run is 1. But I don't really care about that yet because first I have to look at my y-intercept. All right. So my y-intercept is negative 3. So let me graph that. Negative 1, 2, 3. And my slope is negative 3 over 1. So what that means is that my slope, my line is going to be going downward, okay, because it's a negative slope. So don't try to go 1, 2, 3, and then put a line right here, okay, or put a point there, because if you connect it, well, then it's going to be going upward. That's not what this should look like. It should be heading downward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still rise 3, 1, 2, 3, but I got to move to the left. Because if I do that, if I were to connect these points, it would be heading downward. I'm going to do that again. Rise 1, 2, 3, and run 1. I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, run 1. All right. Now, whenever I connect these points, you can see that my line is heading downward, just like it should be. So now, let me grade it. My y-intercept is negative 3. So let's see, negative 3. Yep, that looks good. Let me get a different color. Negative 3 looks good. My slope should be heading downward because it's a negative slope, and it is. So that part looks good. And then the last thing is rise over run is 3 and 1. So let me check that. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. That looks good. Let me get a second opinion. Let me check another place. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Yep. Looks like that checks out. So that is a perfect 100 also. Last one of this series, number 6, y equals 4. You're like, oh my goodness, he's talking about slope-intercept form. It's missing all kinds of stuff. Y equals mx plus b. I don't see any m or x. I don't see a slope with x. All I see is the y-intercept of 4. So let me explain to you how you can understand this problem. And I got to hurry up. I'm about to have students come back. Okay. So the way I explain this is if I say Mr. Lewis, Mr. L, he equals happy. That's it. That's the end of the story. Mr. Lewis equals happy. In other words, I'm going to be happy no matter what happens. Okay? My car can get a flat tire on the way to work. But guess what? Mr. Lewis equals happy. Nothing is affecting Mr. Lewis. There's no variables here. It's just Mr. Lewis is happy. So that means I could come to work and have a great day and everyone passes CRCT. Guess what? Mr. Lewis equals happy. I could get a snow day and I don't even have to come to work. Well, Mr. Lewis equals happy. Nothing is affecting me. I'm always going to be happy no matter what. So in this case, if we look back at this equation they give us, they tell us that y equals 4. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter what x is. Doesn't matter what x is doing. Y is always going to equal 4. So what if x is negative 5? Well, guess what? Y is going to be 4. Okay, well then you're like, well, what if x is positive 5? What's y going to be? It doesn't matter. Y is always going to be 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what if x is 0, not moving at all? What if x is 0? Well, then y is also, it doesn't change anything. Y is always going to be 4. So you can see it, even if x was negative 3, y is going to be 4. What if x was 3, y is still going to be 4. Nothing's going to change it. Y is always 4. So whenever I connect my points, you can see what this graph looks like. It is a straight line. And this makes sense. It does make sense, even though if you're like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, but it doesn't really make sense to me. Because if I look at this, you remember that it had no slope, okay? It had no slope at all. It didn't have the mx. All it had was just the constant 4, okay? So if it has no slope, look at my line. Look, that line has no slope whatsoever. It's just flat. Okay, it's not sloped up, it's not sloped down, it's not sloped at all. If you were going to go running, this would be a good running surface right here. It's just flat, okay? No slope at all. So that's how you do number 6.